The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is tag team action. About to make their way to the ring. They're the team of Wildcats, Chris Harris and Cowboys. James Storm, America's Most Wanted.
For 6 weeks, it's been tunnel vision for James Storm and Chris Harris. Mentally consumed with that physically demanding rivalry with Father James Mitchell and the disciples of the new church. Tonight, they must have a different mindset.
And their opponents, being led to the ring by Trinity. They are the team of Divine Storm.
Well, they put together back-to-back wins, first over the Briscoe brothers, last week over the SATs. Tonight, Quiet Storm right there, and Chris Divine facing the biggest challenge of their 2-year pro careers against America's Most Wanted. Think about this as we take a look at Trinity. A win over Storm and Harris validates their spot in NWA TNA, puts them right in the title picture. And Don, don't overlook the impact of Trinity, the ballet who's proven that she's not afraid to get physically involved in a match.
I was just getting ready to say, Mike, when you take on Divine Storm, you're taking on 3, not 2, because Trinity in every match that we've had with Divine Storm has been some kind of factor one way or another, and believe me, she can do things that a lot of wrestlers wish they could do. She has an incredible talent. But then again, though, think about it. Harrison Storm, that's something they're familiar with. When they take on the Disciples of New Church, they always have to deal with Belladonna. So I'm sure that they're not going to overlook Trinity.
That is a great point.
Thank you, sir. I stole it off your nose.
I see that. You know, we talked about the different mindset that America's Most Wanted has to have in this match, and also a different in-ring strategy against the smaller, but certainly much quicker and less predictable team of Divine Storm.
I'll tell you something, and I don't mean this as a pun, but Divine Storm has quietly moved up the tag team ladder, and they actually have earned them, or had them a qualifying match for a tag time.
Which they won last week, beating the SATs, so at some point down the line, they are in line for a shot at the NWA World Tag Team Champions.
No, I understand tonight's match is not a qualifying match, correct?
That is correct.
There's Quiet Storm right now screaming at Wildcat Harris and James Storm, who had an incredible match last week with Slack to get into the bull rope. One of the best matches of the night. It was unbelievable.
Great drop down by Quiet Storm, but look at how James Storm is ready to answer him, ready to compete with the X Division, ready to make a move like that. He hit the Hurricane Rana.
Hey, look at this! Oh! Nice comeback by Quiet Storm. I'll tell you something. James Storm every week gets better. Every week.
Elevated over the top. Skins the cat. He skins the cat and goes right back into the ring and then elevates Chris Divine over the top, and America's Most Wanted standing tall. Look out. They're not done. Look out.
James Storm diving over the rope just like he was a member of the X Division.
He used his own tag partner, and here goes Harris. The Wildcat slingshot into a cross body block.
If you would have told me,
look, check this out. Trinity to the top. Here she goes. No! She took out both Chris Harris and Chris Divine.
All 5
replay.
of them.
We're told from the truck we're going to get a replay, but what's it going to be of?
All 3.
Here's the moonsault from Trinity.
Unbelievable move by Trinity. I'll tell you what, if you'd have told me that Harris and Storm were going to come out and fight their battle, I would have said that's crazy. They need to ground them.
Yeah, but you know what? They're not only fighting their battle, they're staying right with them.
Oh, see that, Mike?
Hit the missile drop kick. The catapult in the corner.
Now this is America's Most Wanted, the former tag team champions. And that's why they were, because they were ruthless, brutal, and did it any way they could.
They proved that they can compete with the Disciples of the New Church in their style. But they're competing and, I think, in control of this matchup against Divine Storm, countering them and coming up with one move ahead. They're out X-Divisioning the X-Division wrestlers.
Well, when you...
Off the suplex, the cover by Chris Harris in a 2 count.
I was going to say, when you think of who Divine Storm has wrestled, you know, the SATs, the Briscoe brothers, now they've got former champions, America's Most Wanted, and I'm going to tell you something, they are hard, as you can see right now. how to prepare for, because Wildcat Chris Harris and James Storm can do it all, but what? An elbow smash to the face there by Quiet Storm.
Going to turn things over to his tag partner, Chris Devine. Devine and Harris. Picking Harris up, dropping him down to the mat, goes for the cover. Not going to get a pin and a win that way.
Little momentum switch here, maybe. Oh! Whoa, nice. Whoa, great job there by Chris Devine.
What? From a tilt-a-whirl to a side Russian leg sweep. And a 2 count.
I'll tell you something, what Divine Storm's going to do right now is just go back to their original game plan that they were planning on. Don't get caught up in this trying to beat them at their own game.
Right, it's almost like America's Most Wanted in competing with them on their own turf, at their own style, at least for these opening several minutes of this matchup, took the team of Divine Storm right out of the match, right out of their game.
But again, as we saw, beautiful move there by Quiet Storm.
Springs off the ropes, connects with the stunner, turns things over to Chris Devine.
I'll tell you what, Chris Harris needs to get a tag to the Cowboy right now, because he is starting to take a beating in there.
Chris Devine got the Buddha. Springs up to the top of the
Now that's the experience of the Wildcat.
And also the power edge that they have. You just send him right from the top out to the arena floor. Quiet Storm, Chris Harris in the ring.
Did you see the
Speared him.
That's the Wildcat Harris we know.
Tag into James Storm. Oh, great forearm. Off the ropes again, another flying forearm.
I'll tell you what, these guys have been at it 100 miles an hour from the start of the match, Mike.
Boot to the midsection, the double underhook. The power, the strength of the Tennessee Cowboy, just too much. Oh! A super kick caught Chris Devine out of the corner. 1, 2, no!
Oh, man! James Storm has just turned in to one of the best wrestlers in NWA TNA in the last few weeks, right before our very eyes.
Yeah, really has matured into one of the best. Double team. Now they've got 1, 2. No, only 2.
Nobody does teamwork like these two when they've got it going on. Nobody.
Chris Harris overpowered him. Drove him right down to the mat again. And for the cover, and for the pin. Does not get the win.
He had it. I got to tell you, Mike, Chris Harris, James Storm, what a lot of people have only seen them as a tag team here in NWA TNA. But these two could wrestle in any division they're showing us tonight, but especially in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, I think they proved that last week in those singles matchups against the Disciples of the New Church.
Oh,
here we go. We've seen this before. The death sentence.
Oh, wait a minute.
Trinity in the ring with the low blow to break up the death sentence. Ruler. I don't believe it. The Mike did it.
No way.
Quiet Storm!
You've got to keep your eye on her at all times, Mike.
You have to at every turn. You know, you have to ask a question whether Storm and Harris maybe lost their focus after losing the tag titles. I'm not sure.
Mike, I really believe that their focus is somewhere else. I believe that deep down their focus is always and still is against the New Church, who took their titles.